We will close this, and I don't think we have much time now to go into the tafsir of Surah Baqarah, but the ayah itself is not very long. Maybe we can commence with it, and then we can just shake our brains a little bit and see how the kirtans are going, if people still remember their kirtans. سبحان الله وبحمده سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك ونشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت استغفرك ونتوب إليك اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد الفاتح لما أغلق والخاتم لما سبق الناصر الحق بالحق والهادي إلى صراطك المستقيم وعلى آله حق قدره ومقداره العظيم سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Okay, inshallah, let's start with the Surah Baqarah. We're not going to be long. I propose that we just spend 20 minutes. Then after 20 minutes, then we'll close the class for today. Right? We identified those things that can be used to spread the corruption. One of the tools that we spoke about last time was the what did we say? Can somebody remind us? We fall within these three categories. That is kufr, acts of disobedience, as well as preventing people to strive in the way of Allah.
One of the things we mentioned last time was the way the media is encouraging people that they have one life and they should do things carelessly without thinking about Allah and the next life.
Yes, it's not the media itself, but rather the people using media to promote messages that you only have one life, so make the best while you can, as if there is no life beyond the current life, which is a lie. We know that there is life beyond this life. So that will fall under the saddun an sabilillah, to prevent people in the way of Allah. And Sayyidi Ridwan, I think that's the point you were mentioning as well.
No, Sheikh, I also wanted to mention media.
Okay, yeah. And anybody else?
So what about we also spoke about the people in the books of Islam. Sometimes they change the way that Allah actually sent the message, so they change it a bit. Or sometimes people, you refer to, like sometimes if they're having like an argument and then they refer to hadiths in order to get away with the argument, but sometimes the hadiths might be a weak hadith, or it might be from the Quran, the ayah from the Quran, but the way they understand it was differently from the way it was supposed to be understood.
Oh yeah, so that is a corruption of knowledge. So basically to distort the meanings of the Quran and the understanding, so that people have an improper understanding, and in that way that prevents them from striving in the way of Allah. So mashallah, that's a good point. We spoke about the current schooling system, that it also actively promotes principles that often lead to kufr, disbelief in Allah, because you'll find that in the present curriculums there is a teaching that the universe and the world came on its own, so it has no creator, so it was just a chance. And then when students and learners are learning this type of information and they have this type of understanding, then that will lead into thinking that there is no God or there is no Allah, because God is supposed to be the creator of everything. Now, if people have been told at school and elsewhere that the things came into being on their own accord or on their own self, or it was just a chance, so part of the meaning of that is that it means there is no Allah, and that is kufr basically, right? What's the other forms of these three types, particularly al-amalu bil ma'asiyah, So the acts of disobedience. What are the kind of acts of disobedience that you can see in our time that is being promoted?
The consumption of what you call this alcohol.
Yeah, widespread consumption of alcohol, yes.
Promiscuity.
And gambling, Chef.
Gambling is, yeah, exactly, gambling as well.
They're advertising it a lot, especially now during lockdown, because I saw a lot of adverts about gambling. I don't know, I think it was because maybe in place of the casinos being closed down, there was online gambling. It seems like it's spreading, growing up very fast.
Yeah, so basically gambling is one aspect, but it has also always been there before even lockdown. So what you're talking about, what has happened now during the lockdown, because people were being prevented from visiting the places they would normally physically visit, including doing shopping and all other forms of engagement. Now there was a proliferation of online programs that were made available for people to partake in the things they used to partake, but now they're all been done online. So and that is what had actually happened, and that is what is happening. And this pandemic has also given rise to fast tracking. We were always heading towards that direction. Now companies are becoming actively more present on online, and so you will see a lot of vices also along with that will also be increased online.
Sorry, the question was?
The question is, what is the subject and the predicate of this sentence?
The subject is ألا إنهم هم المفسدون, and ولكن لا يشعرون is the predicate.
And somebody else?
Chef, I think whom, the whom from inna whom is the subject, and then humul musiduna is the predicate.
Somebody else?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So innahum is a subject, and then the second whom is used for emphasis. It is used for emphasis, emphasizing the subject. Al-mufsiduna is the predicate. Now, what is after al-mufsiduna is waw, indicating the end of the current sentence, and then starting a new sentence altogether. Right. So ala innahum. So ala is a harf of emphasis and exclamation, and also indicating that rather you are the one, like in this particular case, Allah says they are the ones that are actually spreading fasad, mufsiduna. Right, Ridwan?
Chef, I just wanted to ask, how do you identify a harf?
The harf. We did that. How do you identify a harf? We said that the speech is divided into three parts. What are the three parts of the speech?
Noun.
The noun.
The noun.
Yes.
And the verb.
And the verb.
And the harf.
And the harf. And then how do we identify the noun?
with the tanween.
Tanween, yes.
And the huruf al-khafd.
Huruf al-khafd, yes.
And the huruf al-qasr.
دخول الألف واللام, yes.
Yes.
The last one.
And the huruf al-qasr.
حروف القسم.
Ah.
Right. So now, once you know that, then you know that that is a noun. And then so with regards to the verb,
Hey, Chef, so, the way I remember it is that if it's not a noun, then it's a
no, I was thinking,
Yeah.